Hello everyone, welcome to Alex's Animal Channel. Today I've edited a PowerPoint that I made a couple of years ago called Odd Birds and Odd Facts. It was to try and get some university students to get onto birds, so I thought I'd share it. Basically it's just me gonna talk birds for, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So I've edited the title page to include Alex's Animal Channel or whatever, and hopefully they like it. So the first screen, we've got a picture of a Victoria crown pigeon. We've got a young collared dove sat in a bowl of seed, not knowing to do itself, and a blue and gold macaw who is eating a sponge, which it wasn't eating it. I think he was just, I can't remember if he was just sucking out the water on it, but I got it back in the end, so he was all good. So we'll jump straight in. So this word, opist, I can never pronounce it. Anyway, so this order of bird only has one extant species, it's the hoatzin. This bird only survives on leaves and other foliage. I think there's been a study 90% leaves, 5% petals and a little bit of fruit, which is quite amazing for a bird. Obviously mammals do this all the time, they just eat leaves and bark and such, but in birds it's not really known. They're quite a prehistoric species. If you look at this picture of the chick, they've got a little hook on the end of their wing. I'm not sure if this travels through to adulthood or it drops off, I don't know, I couldn't find much research on it, or if I remember. But basically, if you can see the water here, they nest over mangrove swamps. So if the chick was to fall at the nest, they can clamber back up the mangrove roots and back into the nest. It's quite cool. Another fact is that it takes 45 hours to pass from leaves to the back end, which is quite a long time. That's obviously almost 2 days. They've got to wait to get a little bit of nutrition, and they almost ferment it, so it turns into this fermented goodness, which they digest afterwards like any bird does through the crop. And they also will regurgitate this for the chicks. The next one is Phenacopteriformes. I can pronounce that one because I like these ones. Flamingos. Flamingos. So they, quite amazing, not many people know, is that they do produce this milk substance. I put milk in commas. Is that what it's called? I don't know what they're called. Quotation marks, because it's not milk. Milk is a mammalian term for something that's produced from breast tissue, but this is produced from crop tissue in their crop, obviously. I just thought it was quite amazing to include. Another thing that's quite well represented in mammals, well, it is very much a characteristic of mammals, but in birds it is unheard of, apart from flamingos and one other species which is on the next slide. This picture is of some greater flamingos, then probably the dullest of the pink flamingos, but they all gain their pink colour from the natural carotenoid pigments that's present in the algae and the microplankton that they eat in the wild. Most species are from South America, but you can also get species in Europe and Africa. Next species is Columbiformes, another one that I absolutely love. So yeah, pigeons. Yeah, people kick them, people, they're horrible to them, but they're absolutely amazing. If you read up about homing them, you can basically use them. They can get completely lost, and then somehow, science and researchers still don't know this, but they can make their way back home. If you want to do more research on this, just search up pigeon racing, the concept of pigeon racing or messenger pigeons in the war. You can see this picture. This is in World War One. This is a tank or some sort of armoured vehicle, and you can see they've actually opened a hatch and let a pigeon out, which would have contained a message on the leg, which the pigeon would fly back to the camp of where it was born or where it was homed, which is quite amazing with that message on its leg. They also produce milk like flamingos, as I said. They're pretty cool birds. Like, they're so evolved for living on the cliffs where they're actually from, like the proper wild rock doves. But then they come to our towns and just eat bread and somehow survive. They're just like they go through so much stuff and they're just amazing. Like, probably can tell that I like them, but they're just really cool. So the next one was just telling simple facts about birds. So biggest by size, we've got the ostrich. This is a female ostrich. You can see by the brown feathers. Males have black feathers. Biggest by weight is again the ostrich. They're 6 foot tall, size-wise. Weight-wise, they weigh about 40 to 50 kilos. Males sometimes up to 60, depending on the species. Biggest by wingspan. Oh, that was meant to be for weight. Biggest by wingspan is the wandering albatross. There's a picture somewhere circling around the internet at the moment of a man who's got hold of a wandering albatross, and it is literally like the size of him. It is amazing. I'll have to put it in the description. Biggest by population is actually quite an interesting one. Is the chicken. Obviously, humans have domesticated them over millions of years. Millions of years. My God, hundreds of thousands of years. And they've become the most widespread bird on the planet. I couldn't find much research before the chicken what it would be, but there was something like gulls, which are quite widespread. So there's several species of gulls, if not several hundred. So yeah, it makes sense. Strigiforms, otherwise known as owls. They produce quite cool. These is that they have like fused eyes in their skulls. So like that's what has forced the evolution to adapt to more like a 360 degree. It's not 360, 270 degree head turn. Another thing you can do is that the eyes are different colours depending on their species habits. So look at this bird. This is a snowy owl. It comes out in the daytime, otherwise known as diurnal. So they've got yellow eyes. Whereas this barn owl, this British barn owl, is completely nocturnal and it's got almost black, but brown is meant to be the term you use. But they've got almost very dark eyes. Magpie geese. Oh, this was just a throw-in one, but I've worked with these birds before. They do smell. They've got a very distinct, stinky smell. I'm not sure why. I think it's to do with the preen gland. But these guys are actually like a living fossil. So if you think of like the bird or the duck order starting here, like there's a common ancestor here, and then magpie geese are still here now. Some came off and went extinct, and then modern day ducks carried on and branched off into geese and swans, and then I think screamers came off here as well. Screamers are pretty cool. Screamers are pretty cool. But they're just pretty amazing that they're still alive today, and like thousands of years ago, I don't want to say millions, but maybe thousands, maybe millions of years ago, they did branch off, and they're still alive today. The males also have this like casque on their head, whereas the females don't, which is pretty cool. And then this one was a throwaway as well, but just look at this bird. This is a shoebill. I'm not sure why it's called a shoebill. Maybe I should check that out. But these birds like stand like, I don't know, a meter tall, maybe 1.2, 1.5 meters. Well, that's a bit tall, 1.2 meters, 1.3. And they're just prehistoric as hell. Like, they look amazing. I just thought I'd put it in there just to show the students, but show you guys as well. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, just let me know. I will potentially make some more on other bird facts. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.